Good evening, everyone. I apologize for the lack of humor in tonight's video, although some people may find what I have to say funny, or bits and pieces of it might be found humorous, but I have a prepared statement tonight for Veritas 48. Would I rather be happy or have the truth? The absence of delusions, lies, and corruption is tantamount to my overall happiness as a person. The truth, unobscured by deception and political agendas, is penultimate to my satisfaction emotionally. I am aware that it may sound as though I am speaking out against politics in general, but this statement just as adequately applies to my perception of the umbrella term of Christianity. The act of seeking the truth alone on its own merits brings light to my heart and to my mind. It may seem as though this argument leaves me unsatisfied, not knowing the whole truth, when just the opposite is true. There are three sides to every story: yours, mine, and the truth. Now, while the end of the universe as I expect it to happen is millions of trillions of years away, and therefore none of my concern, I can take solace that my belief is explained with logic and evidence as opposed to hearsay and conjecture. My lifestyle is such that my actions and decisions may be judged as sin, and the inner peace that I feel as an atheist would be subverted by the rules and regulations set forth in the Bible. Ultimately, I agree that the purpose of life is to find something pleasurable and deluge myself with whatever that may be. Anonymous sex with multiple partners is an example. The pleasure I experience in these acts, among others, is strictly verboten, and would inevitably result in being ostracized by the community. I see no reason or justification for one to refuse what he enjoys for 80 or so years and live a life of ignorance, obedience, and fear. How dare you, I repeat, how dare you write off Christianity and politics as if it were some trivial matter or negligible statistic? Because of Christianity, I live in a world where the improvement of medicine and the quality of life in regards to the health and well-being of the world community is forever at a standstill. Areas of exploratory medical sciences such as cloning and stem cell research are banned, as they are an abominable act against God himself. The rights of society are impeded by Christianity as well. A poor pregnant woman who cannot support a child must carry a fetus to term, as well as endure the agonizing torture of childbirth. I find Christians' views on abortion especially heinous and malicious, since God himself saw fit to make childbirth so painful. Two men who happen to find love in each other's arms cannot enter into a marriage and enjoy the rights of any other straight married couple because of Christianity's roles in politics. An elderly woman confined to a dialysis machine must suffer the false hope of ever receiving a transplant, because doctrine makes it unacceptable for one to die with any dignity or live their lives on their own terms. Atheism, by definition, may not have anything to offer, but Christianity only offers ignorance, obedience, and fear. In closing, for the reasons stated, among others, Christianity is a hindrance on society, as the rules and values that come along with the belief in Christ are imposed on our rules and standards. God may forgive you for breaking the law of man, but when the law of God obstructs dignity, well-being, or happiness, it's time to reevaluate our standards. And, Mr. Veritas, when you asked your most recent 5 questions to Atheist, I asked you 3 back, and you still haven't gotten back to me.